everyone, my name is Mitz, here back with Phoenix Wright Conflict of Interest. So now, we're in a bit where Kylie Washington is saying that Lotta Hart of all people tried to kill her. Tried anyway. The most dastardly fight indeed, killer versus killer, a mano a mano. Tell us what happened. Why didn't you mention this before? Because it was convenient. You never asked. Well, that answers that. How specific do you want us to be? So, tell us your life story, okay? Oh, I leave that to the press. Do you want us to be part of the press now? That's really strange that you bring up just now. Strange indeed. I'm not buying it. Well, I mean, what else kind of currency do you want? The photos aren't enough for you, so... This is a very important part of your story. Please tell us more. I think I can do just that. Another song this time, okay? Oh god, how many hit singles do you just miraculously thought in your own little brain of yours? I call this one Sinful Amour. Are you literally just gonna say Phoenix Wright is a lawyer? So awesome, so cool. I don't think you want what? Just wrote it to myself today. Yeah. Oh god. She attacked me. Wait. It was after the murder. She saw me. Struck me. I tried running to hide, but she had me. Got me. And then I fought back so I could save myself. So I escaped and ran for safety. That's the Gavinier song. And I should know because I love that song so much. Guilty Love. Okay, now I know I've heard that one before. Does he even know she copied his music? I recognize it too. Maybe this is why all those other songs sound so familiar. I sees. Wait, Sinful Amour. This is literally... Okay. Alright then. Oh. Well, at least we have that now. We have your musical notes. Oh, you know, the defense is gonna keep staring at me so creepily. I might not do any more singing. Yeah, throw trash at me. Do you really want to disappoint all my adoring fans like that? Yeah, kind of. Don't worry. If Mr. Wright gets too out of hand, I'll be sure to give him a hefty penalty. God, depressing penalties are coming back again, I think. Looks like they're raising the stakes here. Yeah, even though there's no stakes around here. I mean, like, we should have to go to a restaurant for that. Better be ready. Okay, so we have the press statements that actually do technically matter, technically speaking, to go along with the tone of the song piece, right? Right? We just gotta go with the flow. Oh. Okay, new session. Sorry about that. I have a roommate, like, right next door. I'm in a giant dormitory building. And yeah, I gotta keep my voice low. So, you say she attacked you. I call bull. Oh god, I forgot this music. It was after the murder she saw me. Struck me. Okay. After the murder she saw me, struck me. How was it? Tried running out, but she had to hide, but she got me. Fought back so I could save myself. Escaped and ran for safety. You know what I think is weird? She was fighting with her that whole time and never called for help. That's right. There were still a lot of people left in the park. Yeah. It's almost like she's lying. Somebody would have come. Good catch. Just one of many reasons to doubt this testimony. So it's been like a couple days since literally last session because I had to stop. So let's see. So my client attacked you after she was done with Mr. Timmons. I don't think I stuttered. I'm pretty sure you had to get over that before you sing. No, I just don't think I find it really reasonable. This series of events just plain doesn't make sense. Plain. What about this poor woman's story you find so unbelievable? First of all, she's not poor, she's a singer. Second of all, somebody involved here wasn't acting normally. It says something very suspicious about the victim, the attacker, the witness. What? Well, I literally just went to the very end of the testimony, so you, the witness, Higyoi. The witness. Something very odd about Miss Washington. She doesn't wash clothes, after all. Well, she technically washed the victim's clothes really, like, you know, very thoroughly, so... Well, she also made tears in it, but you know what I mean. Okay, what's wrong with her? It doesn't make sense that these evidence will explain why. Something about what they did. Lotta's camera used to take some photos of the concert. North Beach Round, map the Gatewater Lane entrance. Well, I used to take photos of the concert, so we actually need some evidence presented to one of those other people. Whether it's the killer's action, the victim's action, the witness's actions. I don't know how exactly you present, like, what, the findings of what Trucy said here. That's the thing, because this game is very more obtuse. Famous pop singer, saw Lotta, detective, rookie killer, Neka getting herself and others into trouble. Not think there's anything so far, but I have to present something here. The only thing I can think to present is like literally the map or something, or the camera, because she was like, she should have been so close to the rest of the concert area. Plus the camera shows photographs of the concert and there's still people around there, so that should be the closest I could think of to show off that there's people nearby. That's a bit obtuse, I think, like that in those turns, but it's the thing I got, so let's go with map. I doubt this is right. Okay, I got it right, okay. Miss Washington, it's one thing to keep still while another person's life is at stake. It's another thing to keep still when someone's trying to kill you. It's like completely different when it's your own. How much time did it take to drown Mr. Timmons? A minute? 2? That might not seem like long. In a situation like this, it would have been an eternity. That's a rather big head start you should have had. You weren't there. How can you say what happened? Because I saw a cutscene. It doesn't matter when your own words are contradicting what we know. How is it even possible Miss Hart caught up with you? Were you just standing around waiting for her? That's right. The killer would have to be very fast to catch her. Let's just admit it. There's no way you were standing on the opposite side of the fountain. Well, if she wasn't there, where was she? Given what she's told us, I say it's highly unlikely the killer saw and attacked her. With her supposed position, there's no way the killer could have seen her. Didn't see her. So if she was attacked, then she had to have been in a completely different place. Where's the only place she could have been standing in order to be attacked? Are we just gonna go out with them, she's the killer or something like that? But, where would she be if she was to be attacked? She would be really more closer to the killer? You're sitting right here. Are you sure? No! I love it. Oh my god, I love it. God. Are all the failure states in this game just so hilarious? Because now there's a part of me that wants to just to see how hilarious they get if I do fail. But she was attacked and should have been in a completely different place. Well, my only first thought was like, if it's not be near where the killer was, well, because unless I did not get the right hitbox for it. So, do I have to present on the killer itself, or like somewhere on the other opposite side of the parking lot? The only place she could have been standing in order to be attacked. I want to make sure I save my own skin because, you know, I don't really have that very good thick skin, and yeah, my clothes are not properly washed, so yeah. Call me a coward all you want. I want to make sure I can get back to this faster. So I presented it right here. Like, should we just go with like she's the killer right now? She's sitting right here on top of Miss Hart. What? But that's really close to where the killer was. Wait, okay, so I literally guessed it right the first time. Okay, then. This is the only area she could have been when the killer had a chance of catching her. She was just standing right next to Law, just like, oh yeah, you go, girl. You drown him. Even this brings the question of why she didn't react. Or why the killer would murder somebody with a witness so close by. Well, you know, because, you know, you gotta have a witness and you know, bring up publicity for your own actions, you know? That's Lotta's whole, you know, freelance for a journalist MO, right? The school. I don't think she was attacked at all. It seems there are problems no matter where she was. Witness, where were you actually standing? Oh yeah, I forgot to comment on this. Isn't this the music from the original Game Boy Advance version of Phoenix Wright? It kind of sounds really good like this too. Even with a remastered version for the DS version. That's really cool. Your testimony is flawed. Oh, Mr. Wright, are you trying to accuse me? M-E? Moi? Because I know you don't have anything. She wants to goad me into accusing her. It's not gonna work. Yet. I don't have evidence. I can't prove she did it right now. No, I'm not. There's nothing that incriminates you. Since we'd like evidence, perhaps more testimony is required. Track, that's just what she wants. Well, you gotta sing your heart away to get away scot-free. Stainless steel. She's just gonna find some way to worm her way out of this one, too. What? Who was that? It was me! You're not tooting right, there's evidence. I've just been choosing to ignore it. Huh? Lotta, what evidence? There isn't any. Well, that's because that oval prosecutor never got developed. Wait. Oh. You know, my first thought was, like, why didn't you develop the picture to see if there was anything incriminating for Lotta on there if you're the so-called prosecution? Or maybe you just didn't even... You did, but you're just hiding it, but it doesn't really make sense with your character MO. But, like, Jesus. You even bother with it at all? God damn it. Those pictures I took with my camera got everything. Mr. Payne, I think we should have these looked at. Yes, Your Honor. It was just a small oversight. Small. This is technically almost a murder weapon? How can you overlook it? Oh my god. You're still on my memory card, right? I gotta do is got them printed. Very well. This court will have a brief recess while the photos are prepared. Yes, Your Honor. We'll see you all back here in 10 minutes. Nice. Okay, so what photos have you taken on there besides, you know, concert photos, Lotta? Jeez. Also, didn't you say you never had your camera stolen? Like, Lotta, what's all this decisive evidence? Why haven't you mentioned it yet? Well, it's straight my fault y'all had just been ignoring everything in front of you. I think it's plain as day. It was night at the time of the crime, though, wasn't it? What's in your photos? It's proof! Proof that Washington woman's deep in with the wrong crowd. The wrong crowd? Remember that big scoop they were all talking about? We seem to have missed completely. Missed completely? When was the last time you mentioned this? Maybe it's because it's been a while since my last session with us, so I don't remember that at all. Yeah. The one about the scandal? How was I to know I should have been reading celebrity gossip magazines? Phoenix. Second game. Final case. That helps solve your case. Read the tabloids. Become part of the gossip. They were a pretty big deal. You might have heard it on the news. I proved there were a whole bunch of folks funding a criminal organization. Nice, sounds like a Good Friday. I blew right off of them. Wow, that's really something. It's impressive. But what does this have to do with this case? Everything. There was one person got away. I never identified her, but I know it's her. It's that Washington gal. So Lotta suspects Kylie Washington of being involved with this gang. What gang is it though? Or is that not important? Big scoop. Oh. Huh. I have to look into this some more. A series of photos uncovered a scandal involving several famous people, published by Lotta Hart. Uh-huh. Nice. Actually, really cool art. Well, that's Mr. Timmons right there, wearing that purple, white-haired, curly man glasses there. And you're holding a music sheet. Well, that's obviously, I guess it's must be obviously meant to be Kylie Washington, although we can't really prove because of the cloak and all that. There's a music sheet, and she has a pink bracelet? Well, it's not gold, so, you know, it's not a certain other singer, okay? I wonder how we're gonna use that later on. I have to look into this some more. Most of the race is almost over. Nick! Nick! Daddy, look who's here! Oh, hi, Maya. Oh, wait, why are you brightening and darkening right now? Sorry I'm late. I had to come all the way from Korean Village for this. Okay, maybe it's this writing glitch. How much did I miss? Things are just getting interesting here. What are you doing in your old acolyte robes? Because I want to be like in the good old days, you know, Nick? That's not important. God, we've got a case to solve. This one was my friend, Maya Fey. She's the current master of the Korean spirit channeling technique. Yeah, I'll say that much. I really wanted to see more of like him, like after like, well, do Destiny's like. If they're gonna continue on Phoenix's story, I really want to know like what was going on with like Maya's whole thing and all that. But they decided to keep going with just focusing on like, I guess the office itself. But they didn't really focus on the office itself. Almost like just Phoenix and like the new main character Athena Sykes. Like she's fine, but like they gave her more spotlight in Spirit of Justice. But like Maya was fine in that one, but they didn't give her too much spotlight. She was just there. So I wonder how they're gonna do it with this. I say that, but spirits as in ghosts. It's strange, but you get used to it after a while. Yes, after your dead mentor comes back through channeling to save your ass on numerous occasions. Being the master is a pretty demanding position. Yeah, and her aunt almost tried to get her killed, or framed technically. But looks like she managed to find the time to make it here today. Glad you can make it, Maya. I thought you'd be busy today. Are you kidding, Nick? After what you did the last time you tried to do this alone? Oh yeah. We got our head clocked in. But we have our daughter here, okay? She'll be able to protect me. Right, Trucy? Trucy, you're not here anymore? I have learned my lesson from that. Also, don't sleep on the couches. Bad luck. Never accept strange evidence from young girls you never met. That too, honestly. I don't trust you anymore, Trucy, no. Not one of the most intelligent moves I made. Shush. No way I'm letting you go without an assistant. Well, I already had one. He's not alone, though. Trucy, I thought you were back at the agency. Nope. Hope you don't mind me taking your spot. Not at all. This just means we'll be double sure nothing bad happens. Oh my gosh, we have double assistants, okay. Wow, I'm not really that helpless, am I? You'll be surprised. Okay, 2 assistants. Ooh. We're ready. Okay, I think we can try it. This might be interesting. In more ways than one. On a first case? Ooh. Oh my god, this defense bench is now crowded. Oh, Lotta's gonna testify then, huh? Nice. Course in session again? Mr. Payne, are those photos ready? Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution's retrieved the photos from the camera's memory card. Okay, so, just from the sound of it, we have to then cover things. These things weren't quite as decisive as she claimed. Well, I see Miss Washington singing. Oh. Well, that's easy to figure out. Oh, look at that bracelet. That's a nice one. There's nothing suspicious about that. Look, she's singing. That's obviously already immediately suspicious. Singers are always suspicious. Indeed not. Perhaps we all got worked up over nothing. In any case, the court accepts the photo as evidence. I mean, yeah, I honestly don't blame anyone for thinking that. It's literally still a photo from the concert itself. So basically, they were right all along. It was just photos of, the concert only and nothing else. No matter how sketchy it may be. Miss Hart, I believe it was your idea to discuss this. Would you mind explaining it to us? Sure can do, Your Honor. Sure as spit. Here's Lotta's side of the story. Let's see how much we learned from her. Go on, madame. Scandal. Scandalous. This all goes back to my big scoop. This one gal never got caught. I know it's that Washington woman. So I've been going to all our cops trying to catch her in the act again. How do you catch her in the act of the concert? Well, I guess you would have to be stalking her in the background, in the backstage areas and all that. My photos from last night prove she's the one. Just that one photo. Or are you hiding things from us, Mr. Payne? Isn't this interesting? The defendant's accusing somebody else. That's not the first time that happened. It is rather convenient that her own photos would be her evidence. Of course. She's a journalist. Of course her evidence would be her photos. God. Won't the defendant always lie to save herself? Not always? There's no reason to trust a word she says. She isn't lying. I know we can trust Miss Hart, because she has a lot of heart. But how are we going to find a contradiction if it's the truth? Actually, that's the thing. We're the only ones who believe her. Things would be a bit different this time. So instead of trying to disprove it, we're trying to give evidence to prove it. To a witness. Cool. Game changer. We don't need to prove her wrong. We need to prove her right. Wow! How will you do that with this nifty game mechanic called consent? The same way I do everything else. Somewhere, I have proof that she's not making this up. Now just to find it. So I've got such a big scoop. We've already covered this a bit. Could you explain the big scoop you had some more to the whole wide world, please? You see, there's some bad people out there. Yeah, there's always going to be some bad person out there, one or another. They've been taking bribes from all kinds of celebs. What were the bribes for? You don't think they got where they was by themselves, do you? Well, I mean, some of them, I guess, yes. Hard work and dedication, like the Gavineers. We had all the competition stamped out. Oh. What? Assassinations? Okay, that's maybe a bit too far. Nah, nothing so fierce. But there's been plenty of blackmail and such going on. This much has been confirmed. Nearly all the people who are accused have confessed to their crimes. These criminals seem something to be worried about? Yes. Remember, Your Honor, this was a while ago. We don't need to assume it's connected to this case. Perhaps? Please do, Miss Hart. Well, I think we already know what we presented on, but just to make sure, present that newspaper clipping on one of the statements here, or one of the statements we press. This one guy has never been caught. Why couldn't the police arrest this person? I couldn't tell who it was. So you can't see none of her face. Well, I mean, we can see her hands. And if we can zoom in and enhance on the fingerprints, we can figure it out. The fingerprints are just away from the camera, so this is not going to work either. Damn. Zooming and enhance is not going to work at all. Are you even sure it's her? Of course it is. No man would have a figure that's shapely. No. It is pretty easy to tell men and women apart just from their bodies. Oh, this reminds me of that one other time. Remember how you were too embarrassed to... We don't need to get into that right now. That could go to several different locations. What happened? I want to know. God. I know it's that Washington woman. Why do you suspect her? She's been doing all kinds of shady things. Like what? Leaving concerts early, meeting with unsavory folk. Plus, I could swear I seen her earlier that day I took the picture. You mean the one from your big scoop? That's the one. I know I'd seen her somewhere in the area before I took the shot. These suspicions are entirely unfounded. They're mere conjecture. It does seem iffy, right now anyway. Did they say Miss Washington left last night's concert early? They did. She was supposed to do some interviews after it, but she ran off. Sounds really suspicious to me. But that won't be enough to prove anything. So I've been going to all the concerts trying to catch her in the act again. So, basically been following her around everywhere. Choose your words carefully right now. Sure did I did. Oh god. Why am I not surprised? Miss Hart stuck in the witness? Well, maybe a smidgen. Not tiny. Very suspicious indeed. No wonder Miss Washington's manager tried to get involved. He was trying to stop you. No, it wasn't like that. A mission like this isn't helping you. You better hope your lawyer can get you out of this mess. I intend to. The photos from last night prove she's the one. Can you explain why? This is silly. There's no need to accept their credibility. Why don't you want to listen to it first and then contradict it later? She might tamper with them. Her camera is broken in half. How did she tamper them? What, does the camera have some super like Photoshop feature on all cameras nowadays? Is that what's in the newest models right now? You can just edit them right then and there. You don't need to connect to the computer anymore. Jesus. I beg your pardon? My photo's been on the camera ever since I snapped it. That camera's been with you most of the time. I haven't had 2 seconds to mess with none of that. What I was trying to say is that it's awfully suspicious. No. Don't you think? No. Of course I don't. Sorry then. Wow, shut down by the suspect. All this is support what we already know. Too bad that the judge and the prosecution aren't believing any of it. Well, from everything Lotta's told us, I know just what I need to show them the truth. You do? Let's see it! So, the best thing to do is to present that newspaper clipping on Washington Woman. We present it here. Yeah. What was it? Well, do we present that photo or the photo on the camera? The newspaper or the photo? Well, just to be sure again. Definitely not cowardly. My photos from last night prove she's the one. Okay, so we're gonna prove this, so... You're talking about your camera photos, so... Newspaper. Lotta, I think I see what you meant. There's a big connection between these two pictures. Of course there is! What do you think I've been saying this whole time? First of all, who is this man over here? On the left side. Why, that's Mr. Tibbins! I was talking about the person on the left side. Don't get your left and rights confused, they're middles. Pretty big coincidence, isn't it? That's not her! We're talking about Mr. Tibbins right now. Just because the victim was there doesn't mean Miss Washington was. No, but something else will prove it. And given Mr. Tibbins' presence, I'd say it would be hard to deny this. This part connects this picture to the one from the concert. Bracelet time. See this rather gaudy bracelet around her wrist? She's wearing the same one here. That doesn't mean anything. You still can't see the face. It just might be the person with the same bracelet. Okay. Well, that's kind of true. No, any fan of her knows that her bracelet's a one of a kind. Nice. Nothing else like in the world. That's right. It's not her gimmick. She wears it whenever she goes. Wow, you're not a true fan, Prosecutor Payne. Jesus. See, Daddy? Listening to all that pop music did pay off. Don't get in your head. I guess so. Nick, you didn't know about Kelly Washington's bracelet? I don't read tabloids. I didn't even know she existed until today. Stop hounding us. What? Okay, I can't be the only one on the loop here. But that's strange. If this is her trademark, why hasn't she been wearing it today? Oh. Yeah, she's only wearing, like, that was in her left hand, right? No? Yeah, that's her left hand. And she's only wearing gloves so far. This doesn't prove anything. Her being in that picture doesn't show she can kill anybody. Doesn't even show anything shady going on. Well, I mean, the concert does have a lot of, shadows and lights, Joe, so I guess it is technically shady. She's talking to two men. Mr. Payne's right. Perhaps there isn't conclusive evidence for this trial. Perhaps instead of these silly distractions, we should get back to focusing on the murder. Yes, I would like to hear more about the defendant's role in this. Miss Hart, if you will. But I think it's a good time to leave us off here. Well, technically, we already know that she's the killer. It's more a matter of fact if I'm, proving it was her. Usually, case ones are always about this. But, like, the one time, like, the series broke the mold, I apologize if they don't show you who the culprit is at all. Mostly just show, like, a general outline, a small, tiny bit of the outline of the actual, like, what happened during, like, at the time of the murder. Not showing any of the faces. It was honestly amazing. That was an amazing beginner case for the whole series. Like, I'm just wondering, how would you even, like, decide to one-up that? Or even replicate it in a way to make it more satisfying or whatever like that? It's kind of almost standard at this point, just show off the culprit's face, one way or another. Just like that. I mean, what was it? The first game was all about... I think Shu Takumi, like, made it so, like, the whole focus of the game series, or how he intended it, was just to find and, like, put criminals in their place, like, contradicting them and all that, just finding flaws and holes, and slowly just building up a case and, like, nailing them down. And when you they show off who the culprit was the first two cases of the first game, so that way you already know where you're getting to. Then the rest of the games, the rest of the cases are all just figuring who the culprit was, then finding evidence to nail them down. Man, that's just my opinion. I think it works for that, but it really just depends on how you want to structure the story and all that. Hmm. Yeah, but I think this is really good so far. Even though, yeah, you technically already know. Well, it's just the fact of like yeah. What was it? Well, the second case showed off who the killer was. The first case, I don't remember. Did the third game's beginning show off who the killer was? No, I don't think so. Oh wow, actually, if I'm remembering that right, huh? In the third game's first case, like culprit there was honestly amazing. They were just fantastic for a villain role. It was great. Hmm. But yeah, I would love to see like another like I guess in their first case like introduce that whole thing. You don't see who the culprit was and all that, but it's pretty standard at this point, so I don't really have any issues with it. But it's pretty fun this so far. I think just more me getting used to like this Rafa's writing, which I know I have to get used to more and more later on because we haven't even gotten into the more complicated bits because this is the first case tutorial and all that, and things will escalate from here. But we'll leave it on for next time. So, what fun time watches I am playing us. I'll see you next time, what time may be, and I hope you have a fantastic day.